In this video, I will show you how I used exception handling in my REST services. This is my application which I already created. Here you can see the model controller service. Okay, first let me open the application.properties file where I configured H2 database, which is the in-memory database. Okay, now this is our main class. Now let's open the controller class. This is a controller which handles all those HTTP requests. Here I injected the employee service. This is one method. I add employee and get employee and get employees by ID, and we are calling the service method. So this is a service class, so which will injecting here I am injecting that employee repository and calling the employee repository methods. So let's open the employee repository, which is interface, and it extends the JPA repository, accepts the employee, and the integer is of primary key data type of that employee model. Now this is a JPA repository which has all those inbuilt methods for our employee model: get employee by ID, find by ID, and everything. So let's try to launch our application, Spring Boot app. Yeah, application is loading. It's loaded. Now let's go to the postman, post request, and the body raw application JSON type. Here I'm giving the name and the tag. Let's click on send button. Yeah, we got the ID generated one. Now let's try to add one more employee, Sharath and Java. Again hit. Yeah, we got ID generated 2. Now let's check for another API is working or not. Get employees. Get employees. Yeah, we got the 2 employees objects. Now get employee, pass one ID 1. Yeah, we got the ID 1 of that employee. Okay, now let's try removing those body. Click on send. Here you can see it's accepting null values also. So let's check again, get employees, whether it's persisted in the database or not. Here you can see it's stored as ID3 with the name and tag as null. So for this we will add some validation. So we need to add one dependency in the pom.xml called Spring Boot starter validation dependency. So I added in a pom.xml file. Now it's downloading all those jars. Now open our employee class, which is entity. Now here we will write some conditions to check. I'm writing the not blank annotation, and we need to write some message, like you can write anything. I'm writing name should not be null or empty, and then the same way for tech also. Now open our controller. Here we are passing the employee object, right? So here we need to write one annotation, valid annotation. So import the package. Yeah, now let's try again with empty body sending. Now we got some bad request. Yeah, it's not persisted in the database. Let's check in the console, somewhere it will show. Here you can see field error in object employee field, not null. Here you can see text should not be null or empty, which is a message which we wrote at the not blank annotation. So open application.properties and we'll write some lines so that it will display in our error response. Server error include message always and binding errors always. So it will bind all those errors in our response. Let's try to send again. Now here you can see all those errors which are displayed clearly. You can see bad request and the message validation failed for object employee error count 2, and the 2 error fields, text should not be null, name should not be null. Here you can see clearly. Okay, now it should be very big, so let's write our custom error response. I'm creating one class called employee error response. Here I will write create a 3 fields. One is a timestamp, private long timestamp, and message, and list of errors. Now create a getters and setters and constructors as well. Okay, created. Now let's create one more class called exception handler class to handle all those exceptions, creating some another package exception. Okay, and finish. Now we need to annotation with @controller advice annotation, so that it will handle all those exceptions occurred in our application at the controller level. Okay, now extends. Now this class will extends with entity exception handler. Okay, now we'll override one method in the response entity exception handler, which is handle method argument not valid. Yeah, this method will override and will implement our own custom error response. So let me add that error response. Here I'm storing the complete error details in a array list. Here you can see I'm taking only default message and creating the error response employee error response object by passing those timestamp and our message, and finally that list of errors. So validation field and errors, details. Return new response entity. Body is error response. Status means you can pass any status. I will pass HTTP status bad request. Okay, now let's relaunch again. Let's verify. Okay, application relaunched. It started. Now let's try send. Here text is null. Yeah, we got the error response. Text should not null or empty the message which we wrote at the not blank annotation. Now let's give two blank values. Here you can see name should not be null or empty and text should not be null or empty. Okay, now it's working. It's validating correctly and we got the correct error response. Okay, now let's add correct body request. Send. It's got generated one ID 1. Again get employee. Let's try. We got the one employee. Now let's try one more some random number. Here you can see we got error, no value present. Now let's handle this error. Here you can see the some long errors. No such element exception, no value present. So let's handle that error. Here we need to write @exception handler for that class no such element exception dot class, and we'll write some method which will handle that exception whenever it occurs. So dot class exception. Now create object of our employee error response. Okay, now here we need to pass exception message in the as a list, so I will write rs dot as list. Okay, now let's change the message invalid employee request. Okay, relaunch our application. This exception handler added and this method is added so that it will handle that no such element exception errors. So let's verify. Send. Yeah, we got the nice response, error response. invalid employee request, no value present. Okay, let's give some string value. Let's try what's the errors. See, no error. We got no error, but 400 bad request. Let's handle that one. The error we got is method argument type mismatch exception. So let's handle that exception by using the @exception handler, and we will create a method to handle that exception. In the same way, I will create some error message. Error.get name should be of type exception.get required type.get name. Okay, this is the error message we want to pass. Okay, relaunch, open Postman. Now let's check that one. Yeah, we got id should be of type int, so that the user can confirm that we need to pass integer value only. Okay, now let's open the service. Here we will add some custom exception. Let's try to add some custom exception like employee not found exception and handle that exception. I will create one class employee not found class, and will extend that with the exception runtime exception, and create a constructor and pass on calling the superclass constructor by passing the message. Okay, now let's check that if the employee is null, we'll pass that employee. We'll throw that error to that employee by passing the id. Throw no employee not found exception, employee not found with id. Okay, now let's handle that exception in exception handler class. Let's copy paste old one. Let me modify employee not found. Okay, remove this one and just throw that error here, employee request. Okay, not found, get message. Let's relaunch. Okay, now let's type some random value. Now you can see that complete description about the error, employee not found with id. In this way you can handle the custom exceptions in the service layer also. Okay, and now let's add one more exception to handle all other exceptions. So handle any other exception, and we need to give the base class exception class. So exception and pass the ex.get message, so that if you don't know the exception type, so that it will handle all those exceptions occurring. If you know the type, you can write like that exception handler. So in this way you can handle all those exceptions. GitHub link in the description. Thanks for watching this video.